As a long-time PlayStation fan who's owned pretty much every non-VR console, Astro Bot was a pretty easy choice for my first platinum trophy for this channel, because who doesn't love nostalgia bait, am I right? Well, turns out the game has destroyed my precious PS5 in a bold attempt to get me to buy a PS5 Pro, I guess. But I instead decided to repair it through the powers of platform gaming. The first level begins and I grab my first two trophies, one bot down for rescuing my first bot, and a puzzling start for finding my first puzzle piece. There are 300 bots and 120 puzzle pieces to find, and I need to get every single one of these for the platinum. I sure hope I end up enjoying this game because I am now locked in. Something else to mention is that there are 5 worlds in total. Except there aren't. There is in fact a 6th world called the Lost Galaxy, made up of levels discovered by finding these secret warp exits in certain levels scattered throughout all the other worlds. And yes, I need to find all of these as well, because they have bots and puzzle pieces to procure. As the levels continue to fall by the wayside, the inner explorer in me is rewarded for finding an Easter egg. I shoot this basket in Construction Derby for Unjammer Slammy. After collecting my first 16 puzzle pieces, I then return to the crash site and assemble the Gacha Lab to earn license to spend. And I immediately put that license to good use and collect my first Gacha for the first prize trophy. One down, 149 to go. I sure hope I don't develop a gambling addiction as a result of this. One dead gorilla later. How is defeating bosses not trophy worthy in this game, by the way? And some magical repair work. The mothership's memory is recovered and restored, getting me what's it called? Oh yeah, unforgettable. I did have to do a tiny bit of backtracking in the first world, but it was definitely worth it because I got Monkey See, Monkey Rescue for retrieving all the bots in the Gorilla Nebula. Second world time in this red octopus thingy-majig. And speaking of jigs, I earned enough puzzle pieces to open the dual speeder garage for Splash My Dash, because I think Pimp My Ride might be copyrighted. I don't know. And I switched to the objectively correct colour combination. Then I help this tree get its mojo back, and in return it starts singing. So I tried to fill its mouth with water so that it shuts up. It doesn't work, but I get the "What is he saying?" trophy. If you've played platformers before, and I'm pretty sure you have, you know that the difficulty isn't in the normal levels, but in the button-themed bonus rounds. And World 2 is where it starts cranking up the pressure and the death counter starts rocketing skyward. The good news is that I only have to do these levels once each, and they're short enough to not be too cumbersome. Eventually though, I swoop through the entirety of the second world, ending with a God of War themed level. I've never actually played those games. And getting all the bots in the tentacle system for a Tentacular Spectacular trophy. This is fairly swiftly followed up with repairing the second mothership part, this time the solid state drive, grabbing solid performance. Third world time, and I've earned enough puzzle pieces, for the right to use the changing room and the time for a change trophy. I also got into the Ratchet costume, because it was the only one available to me, but luckily I love the Ratchet & Clank series, so this is a win. Anyway, time for the best level in the entire game, the Slow-Mo Casino. I am a sucker for time manipulation power-ups in video games, and this one is no exception. In fact, I decided to have fun with the slot machines here to see if I could rig the games. It turns out that I was supposed to. I won the jackpot on all 4 machines in fact, and earned the time to cash in trophy. Hey, it's been a while since I mentioned jigsaw pieces. I've collected 16 more and opened up this safari park for the animal attraction trophy. But wait, there's more. I head to the first photo spot in the park and grab a photo with these losers for the Strike a Pose trophy. Yes, you actually have to do this in the safari park. I tried doing this earlier at some of the cardboard spots throughout the galaxy, wondering why the trophy wasn't popping up earlier. Definitely wasn't getting annoyed at this, no way. Anyway, after all that, I complete all of the Serpent Starways levels and retrieved and repaired the mothership's GPU for the Doing It For You trophy. I did then have to go back and revisit a couple of levels and relieve them of their Astro clones for thanks very much. There are many things to do in the Crash Site for the Platinum, and I will grab the vast majority of those trophies later on. I did one of them accidentally though, whilst exploring for more hidden areas, grabbing the Wall Buster trophy for breaking up a bot wall while being terribad at platforming. If Slow Mo Casino is the best level in the whole game, then Bubbling Under is the worst. Unless it's a hub world, I don't really like the idea of open-ended levels. It's a bit too easy to get lost when first playing them, and I'm somewhat amazed that I managed to get all the bots, pieces, and even the trophy. Yep, there's this ring here with some dolphins that I jumped through for jumping through hoops. With that out of the way, the rest of Camo Cosmos was pretty much a breeze, and there was truly nowhere to hide for these bots as I rescued every single one to pick up. Nowhere to hide. And then I earned my second trophy in as many minutes as I found and repaired the cooling fan for Keep It Cool. That's 4 worlds down, 1 to go. Well, not including the Lost Galaxy, but I do need to complete that one as well, so 2 to go I guess. Before I get too excited about all that though, it's time to do more messing around, and I climb all the way to the top of the PS5, sorry, the mothership, for the At the Top of My Game trophy. Hey, remember when I mentioned the Lost Galaxy about 15 seconds ago, and about 5 minutes before that? Well, as I was zooming through the 5th world, I did actually find all the Lost Galaxy levels and complete them all, fetching all the bots in the process. So that's the Lost and Found trophy in the bag. It turns out that I did pick up a gambling addiction during this whole game, but luckily for me, this particular element grants me a trophy, as I get money well spent for earning 150 prizes out of a possible 169 in the Gacha Lab. I did some more messing around and got a bit too close to the prince from the Katamari series and his sticky ball, earning me the Royally Stuck trophy, which I forgot to record at the time, but it's here on my PSN profile, so this post-trophy recording will have to do instead. Alright, back to the actual video game, which is zooming by pretty quickly at this point, except for the bonus levels, where I still seem to be trying and failing a bit too much than I should be, but it's not as if there's going to be one super hard level at the end that these levels are prepping me for, right? Let's move on. Honestly, the 5th world goes by in a bit of a blur. I don't really remember much from it, apart from this massive bird boss, which was super cool to be fair. Anyways, with Big Bird's red-headed stepchild done and dusted, I get back to the nest for rescuing all the bots in the feather cluster. And with that out of the way, I also get take cover for getting the PS5 plates. Sorry, I mean protection covers. The final boss is a rather easy bullet hell. I can't really say hell though if that's the case, right? Call it bullet mild inconvenience. After that, it's the final showdown of Ultimate Destiny against this green alien thing, and it goes rather easily. Like, honestly, I don't think it's even in the top 3 hardest bosses. It does let me use the vast majority of the power-ups though, so it's definitely the most memorable one. One green alien extermination, a false ending, and a robo-resurrection later, I blitz through the credits and save the CPU kid for a locked process. That's the name of the trophy, not a sarcastic statement on how simple this game's story is. Anyway, in all that hubbub, I collected all 120 puzzle pieces and built myself this awesome golden statue for monumental achievement. With the golden statue built and all 300 robots collected, it's time for the final super secret level that all the other button themed bonus levels have been prepping me for. I fully prepared myself for this to take a long time, but I actually managed to lock in and complete it on my 27th attempt, which I know sounds like a lot of attempts, but I'm pretty proud of myself for doing it in that few tries. So at the top of this particular Mount Everest is the 301st bot for the Golden Bot achievement. Okay, maybe not Mount Everest, more like a really big hill. Of the mole variety, perhaps. Alright, all the skill-based trophies done and dusted, time to collect the miscellaneous stuff. First up, I climbed onto the other scaffolding in the crash site and saw all the ship parts singing together for SingStars. Then I baited Kratos into throwing his axe into a thunder god for Thor, God of Thunder. Next up, Ryu and Ken are here, and I'm pretty sure I can take them both on at the same time, so I give it a go, and it doesn't unlock a secret boss fight, which is unfortunate. It does, however, unlock the KO trophy. Alright, confession time, I had to look up a guide on how to do these next two, and do you know what the guide said? Press down on the D-pad to dance. Yes, I know, 90% of you knew that already, but I'm an idiot, okay? Anyway, I gather all the bots together and press down on the D-pad to dance for the Bot Revolution trophy for dancing with 100 or more bots. I then do this again, this time with just Crash Bandicoot or Let's Twist again. The next trophy requires me to get a photo with Nathan Drake and Lara Croft together. The problem is that they're not remotely close to each other and Lara is getting chased around by a T-Rex. So I hit Nathan Drake right next to Lara Croft as she's getting chased, and eventually I get this not particularly flattering photograph of the three of us for the Thick as Thieves trophy. Oh look, it's Kiryu from the Like a Dragon series. I hit the stuffing out of Kiryu and then some more. Oh look, he was holding the Deep Pocket Dragon trophy as well. What a hoarder. Eventually I get the final trophy in the crash site. I hit this bot tower while it stays upright for the Keep It Together trophy. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's go for the rest of the level specific trophies that I missed the first time round. In Apes on the Loose, in this one specific bush, there's a golden butterfly which I then have to chase around in circles and catch it for net profit. In Bot of War, there's 8 green ravens that I need to take down. I actually got all but one of them on my first go round and spied the final one pretty quickly for Eyes of the Allfather. The Uncharted level has 3 golden eggs to swipe, and once again I got all but one of them on the first attempt, meaning that I only needed to grab this one on the second go around for the Lost Legacy. Did I mention there's a Horizon theme level? No? Well, there is. I get 7 enemies to unalive themselves on the Tripcaster for the Water Trip trophy. And then finally, I find 2 gummy worms at the same time and fist them both together for the 43rd trophy Double Dug In, and with that, trophy 44 in the form of the astronomical Platinum Trophy.